What's up, guys? Brennan Tolman here. So last week, me and my immediate household, we went to Vegas for a quarantine, adventure. We just wanted to get some nicer weather, see some new sights, even though I've been there a million times. But we decided to kind of stay in the neighborhoods of Vegas instead of like on the strip since everything is closed. And I want to show you a bunch of footage and just tell you a little bit about my experience. But it was really bizarre to see the empty strip, completely empty, guys. Like a couple cars here and there, like maybe one or two other couples walking around, but it was empty and all the lights were on. It was fascinating. And the saddest thing was how everybody was hurting in Vegas. So the strip is empty, which employs a ton of the population of Las Vegas, Henderson, that area. But we kind of stayed in the neighborhood, so where the actual people who live there. Now, just to give you an idea, okay, there's 39 million visitors a year in Las Vegas. That's a ton. There's only 600,000 people that actually live there. So when you look at that ratio, not many people actually live there compared to the amount of people that pour in every single year to visit. So a lot of the people that live there are employed on the strip. And entertainment is Nevada's, or I guess I would say Las Vegas specifically's greatest export. A lot of, states and cities and stuff, and they have farms and they have manufacturing and all sorts of stuff that they make. Well, the number one thing that Vegas is known for is entertainment. And guess what the government did? They shut down all entertainment. Now, Nevada also has one of the strictest lockdowns of any of the states in the United States. And guys, it was really sad. So I'm just going to tell you a couple things that I saw personally that were really sad. So first of all, I ordered DoorDash, okay, when I was staying in this little Airbnb. And if you know what DoorDash is, it's the same thing as Uber Eats, Grubhub, whatever, right? They go, you order food, you pay for it right now. They hire local dashers, what they're called, to go pick it up and bring it to your door, leave it at your doorstep, boom, done. That's all it is. So I ordered a bunch of food, because I'm trying to help out local businesses. And, I figured I'd help out these dashers. I gave a very generous tip of like $10 to literally drive like half a mile. Because I was like, I'm going to be nice. And then I was watching on the map, and the dasher like goes and picks up my food. And then I just see them on the map just like, I'm like, what? Where are they going? Like going super far away from where we're at. And the dasher stole my food. And they marked it as completed, and then they took off with my food. Now, I have no idea if they get paid. I imagine that they don't. They don't get paid for that job. But the reality is, that's somebody who is starving, right? That's somebody who doesn't have a job because Vegas is shut down because of the government. And so they can't provide for their family. So they resorted to theft via DoorDash. And that's really sad when you think about it. And I'm telling you my pure experiences. This is what happened. And I get on the horn with DoorDash, and I'm like, yo, what's up? Like, where's all my food? And they're like, oh, sorry. The dasher left with your food. And I was like, wow. So, that's just a consequence, one of many. We're about to start to see the fallout of this thing. It's not even over yet, but we will see a major fallout for years. But I'm just telling you a real human being example. Another one is we went to Target and Walmart to, buy groceries. And when we get there, there was like a line, like a 25-minute line to check out. Okay, I can understand that, social distancing, we're all 6 feet apart, so it's going to slow things down. But here's what was really crazy is there were so many people that stole food. Tons. Like they had to implement these checkers who literally went through every item on your receipt and then checked your bag to make sure that there was nothing extra. And we watched multiple people have stuff pulled out of their bags that was not on their receipt. And then they got really angry because they were like, they got caught trying to steal. And they were pissed. And so they were like screaming. And I watched one person who like walked out the door and the things were like, like the sensors. And they just took off. Stole the food. Guys, that's crazy. We're like almost at the point of looting. And, the government's job, ironically, is to prevent, public unrest and disarray and all that stuff. Like, that's their job, right? Is to, keep everybody, to give them the basics that they need to ensure our rights to food, to, shelter, to water, to family. And they've cut basically all of those off. And there was another time when there was a guy who was in a line, and they thought he stole something. He was a black man. They thought he stole something, and he didn't. And they like pulled it out of his cart, and then they went and like put it back on the shelf. And then he like ran up to the manager screaming, and he showed him on his receipt like, "Are you kidding me, guys? Like, look, I paid for it, and you just ripped it out of my hands." And it was a total mess. So all in all, I mean, my position is the same. We're getting so close to that point where, look at like Tiananmen Square, okay, in China. If you haven't heard of that, look it up. It's where the tanks are rolling and just sort of murdering tons of people. We're at that point, right, where the government has pissed people off and restricted liberties. And the people are starting to protest. And we're getting to almost to this point where there's two things that are going to happen. The first one is the government's going to cave and say, okay, you protested, we're done. Now, I don't know if that's going to happen, because if you look at a lot of the really strict states like California, they have literally said, yo, we will not be influenced by your protests. Protest as much as you want. We don't care. So they've said that already, okay? Option number 2 is, inevitably, if they do not listen, the people will get violent. I'm not encouraging that. I'm not saying, I'm going to do that, but I'm just saying, go look historically. If people don't feel listened to by their government, they will overthrow the government. That's how we got America, guys. Revolutionary War. And so basically, like, we're at that point. We're very close to the point where, I mean, look at what happened in Michigan, the armed machine guns in the Capitol, right? Like, it's going to happen. And so if you don't, like, if the governments don't start to listen very, very soon, it's going to get violent. And then they're going to have to roll out the tanks, and welcome to tyranny, right? Welcome to communist China. And it's hard because the federal government is waiting, and these local governments are trying to fight with the state governments, and it's this massive, massive mess. But those are just kind of my thoughts. Those are my experiences in Vegas. I'm not going to say I have any advice. I have just tried to live my own life and do my own thing while being respectful of others. So I'm a libertarian. I believe that, my freedoms are my freedoms. Nobody can take that away from me, but I also incredibly respect others. And so I actually do wear a mask when I go to stores. I don't necessarily agree with it, but I do, because I respect other people. And that's kind of where I'm at. But I'm going to go to Vegas, and I'm going to go get Airbnbs, and I'm going to explore. And I'm honestly going to put my money into the states that have actually opened up. I plan on going to San Antonio in a couple weeks, just to, check it out. And I've never been there, but they opened, and I'm going to use my dollar to say thank you to those who opened and support local businesses and states, and, pay taxes in those states, right, via my purchases, to states that have opened and have actually respected the civil liberties of, those, the people that live there. So anyways, there's my video. Hope you guys are having an awesome day. Please subscribe, and we'll keep posting more rant and travel videos.